the way that they deliver their games and their races and it's just all of their content must be targeted differently now in the generation that we've got. So it's certainly a big story for the NBA. It's a story that needs to be followed because, look, I'm not saying the NBA is going to crash and burn or anything like that. I don't think we're anywhere close to that point, but it's something that as a business model, as a commissioner, as owners of franchises, they're certainly concerned about and they want to get fixed. So yeah,
I think, Eric, they've got to figure out ways. They're just going to have to revamp some of the ways that they can create revenue streams. And I think it could be, you know, as we record tonight on Thursday night, I've got the NFL game up on Yahoo. So maybe the NBA is going to be in that type of business where maybe it's a Yahoo or an Amazon or somebody, heck, Disney Plus, Netflix. Does someone stream live games somehow? Are they able to work that into a package? I think that would be the next generation or the next evolution of what the NBA has to do to find their young fans. Because if you already have a Netflix subscription or a Disney Plus or your internet package and you can pay a couple extra bucks and get, I don't know, a handful of games or one game a night or something like that, I think people would be down for that. So I think that's the next evolution of where this is going. By the way, Dallas is down 24-7. I don't know if you want to have the Redskins are looking a lot better. When we record again, maybe towards the end of next week, is Jason Garrett going to be the head coach of the Cowboys, you think, before we get out of here?
He shouldn't be. I mean, this mouth service that Jerry Jones keeps giving us that he's the right man for the job, he is so full of crap. And if he thinks that, good. As an Eagles fan, and I know I've been hard on him, but as an Eagles fan, if that's the way Jerry Jones feels about it, then fine. Keep Jason Garrett there. He's been there 9 seasons. And he's only been to 3 playoffs and has been virtually ineffective in the playoffs. And so if you're going to continue to lose games like this, you know, and again, Buffalo, we talked about them being a good team, but that was a tough loss last week. But now you had to beat the Bears. Just like for an Eagles fan, you had to beat Miami in that spot. Well, Dallas, you had to beat the Bears. If that doesn't cost Jason Garrett his job, or at least put him on a hot seat that is flaming red, then I can't help you, Dallas fans. I really can't help you. So that's my take on it, Justin. I mean, he's got to go, right?
It should be Frank Shearing on line 1, right?
The Irishman. Did you finish that at all tonight? Did you get a chance?
That's up next. I've invested a lot of time in that. You don't realize how long 3.5 hours takes until you sit down, you watch a movie and you think like, man, I've clipped off a good bit of this. And you're like, oh, I've got 2 hours and 15 minutes left. So tonight I will be finishing that, but I think I've got to the point where they've, pretty much knocked off most of New York and Philly. So I think we're good there.
Yeah. I enjoyed the movie as we were actually supposed to record, last night on Wednesday, but after a very long day at work, my head was pounding. I was coming down with a cold. I may actually still sound a little bit off right now because I'm still battling it, but I was putting the kids to bed and literally in my own bed by 9 p.m. last night, which is very rare. I told Justin I can't record, tonight. I'm a mess. Yet I couldn't sleep because my head was just pounding. I think I took Advil or something, extra strength, and I just couldn't sleep. So I was hearing a lot about The Irishman. I turned it on and I ended up finishing it in one sitting because I had started it so early, 9 p.m. and I was able to just kind of lay there in bed and watch it on my iPad, and I finished the whole thing. As far as mob movies go, as far as that kind of stuff, as far as the acting, I was pretty impressed, but man, was it long. It just was a really long movie for me, but I don't know. I'll be interested to see what you think of the end when you finish it after this. I know we don't normally like to record when there's Monday night or Thursday night football going on in the background, but let's get off of here. Let's finish watching the Bears, crush the dreams of Jason Garrett and the Cowboys, or maybe not crush the dreams of Jason Garrett. I mean, maybe he's just got a picture of Jerry Jones doing something odd to a chicken. I don't know, but either way, look, it's been a fun show. I think there's a lot to follow, and yeah, the AFC is going to be wild. We've got a lot to pay attention to this coming week, and we'll revisit that next week when I'm back from Ohio. We'll look at where we're at in the AFC and certainly the NFC, and also the NFC deceased, as we like to refer to it now this season. Thanks for listening. We do hope you have a wonderful weekend of NFL and NBA action. The NASCAR series, Justin, is no longer called the Monster Energy Cup Series, by the way, and we'll have to discuss that on another episode. But Now they're going with this bold new NASCAR Cup Series, no title sponsor for the first time in forever for the NASCAR Series. So lots to discuss. We thank you for listening. And if you're anything like us, you're tired, you're worn out, but sports is what keeps you going. So have a great weekend, and we'll talk back at you next time.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Talk Back. Staying current on sports is our number one goal, so we drop a new episode each Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or the podcatcher of your choice. For more info about the show, to meet the hosts, or to partner with us on future episodes, please visit TalkBackFanTalk.com. We really enjoy hearing your take on the world of sports, even when you disagree. After all, this show is dedicated to you, the fans. So get direct access to us on Twitter using @TalkbackJustin and @TalkbackEric. Check out our corporate feed on Twitter and Instagram using the handle @TalkbackFanTalk. We hope you have a great week. We'll talk back at you next time.